Very good morning, class. Today, in English, in first flight. Okay, I am mentioning here FF. Okay, English first flight. There, today in English first flight, we will discuss chapter 2, Nelson Mandela. Okay, I think you are aware of Nelson Mandela, who was he, and how much achievement he has achieved in his life. Okay, he was a president, a great president of Africa. Okay, like Abraham Lincoln and many more. Okay, so Nelson Mandela we will discuss today. So I am going to write some of the important meanings and glossaries on the blackboard. First of all, write down that meanings. Okay, let me explain you first of all what is about this chapter. Now after that we will discuss about meanings. Okay, so chapter is about the introduction of the achievement and the journey of life. Since the title contains like long walk to freedom, Nelson Mandela. Okay, Nelson Mandela. It's a journey and the story of its own. Rolling Lala Mandela. Okay, Nelson Mandela, a long walk to freedom. Means freedom from whom? Britishers, foreigners, and the African, and the most of African countries. Okay, they were under the slave scenario of. Under the Britishers, okay? Like India also, they have faced lots of problems. So Nelson Mandela is considered as that the person who seek freedom for their country, and he was the president. He became the president. So it was the journey that the day from the born to become the president was this journey has been explained in this chapter. And it is written by them only. Nelson, see the name of his father, Roli Lala. Simple, Roli Lala Mandela. Okay, so now the chapter is about the journey of being the successful president and most famous president, and seek freedom and many more things. Okay, we will discuss thoroughly in this chapter. Now let's take some of the meanings that you have to learn, and while you have to prepare, so that while discussing the chapter you will aware of the meanings that I am going to explain. Okay, so let's start. meanings, in meanings, first what is beside? Beside means surrounded. Okay. Second is amphitheater. Okay, we'll come across this word also, amphitheater. Amphitheater where it's a building without a roof. There is no roof in that building. There is a lots of sitting arrangement. There is a systematic sitting arrangement. So when people watch that is going to be announced on the stage by some person. Okay, and it's open place. Second is third is for here in this poem it means give. Okay, so just memorize these words. So while explaining, when you come across these words, you get the meaning ASAP while explaining. Okay, this emancipation. Okay, first of all, pronounce it properly. Emancipation. Second is deprivation. Okay, emancipation is a process which needs a freedom from restrictions. Okay, from restrictions, rules, and regulations, and that obstacles that they are facing. Similarly, deprivation. Deprivation is what? It is a state, it is a position, it is a situation of not having one's rightful benefit. Means their rights were not being fulfilled. Okay, they were not enjoying their rights and their benefits. Okay, this is called deprivation. Deprivation. Okay, now we will go thoroughly with the chapter. Nelson Mandela. Okay, long walk to freedom. Yes. Now start. 10th May dawned bright and clear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly desired by the dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respect before the inauguration. Okay, the inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of the international leaders in South African soil. Okay, in the first para, Nelson Mandela, okay, he stated that this was the day of 10th May and it was shine and clear and okay, and he is surrounded, beside, okay, he is beside by lots of dignitaries and great leaders, okay, from past few days he was surrounded besides by the great dignitaries and leaders were going to take an oath, okay, in the that amphitheater, okay. So there was a hustle and jostle of the dignitaries around the Nelson Mandela, okay, and it was the largest according to Nelson Mandela. While explaining in the first para, or studying in the first para, he said that it was the largest gathering, okay, ever, would be the largest gathering ever in the international leaders of South African soil. With the leaders, it means the leaders were not national, they were international. They were from the different countries who visited South Africa for the president oath, for the Nelson Mandela who was going to take a president oath. Okay, the ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater, and the ceremony was, it was placed in an amphitheater. As I explained, amphitheater is what? It's a open place where the lots of people used to sit on the seat in the proper sitting arrangement. Okay, and the area there was no roof. There's a stage, and the one who is going to announce and going to give a speech on the stage, it will be very beautiful to watch that. Now further, okay. For decades has been the seat of white supremacy, and now it was the site of rainbow gathering of different colors in nations for the installation of South Africa's first democratic and non-racial government. Okay, this statement states that after the lots of days, it was like earlier it was the white government, okay, the government which was of white peoples only. Now it's a rainbow line, okay, lots of people from different countries, lots of leaders and dignitaries, okay, visited Africa for the new type of government, for the uprising of and initiation of a new type of government that was a non-racial government who do not discriminate any people that you are white and you are black. For that type of government, people will be like people, okay, not white or black, okay. It was non-racial government, okay. The non-racial government was going to start and going to inaugurate in that amphitheater. On that lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Zenani. Okay, Nelson Mandela's daughter name is Zenani. Okay, just memorize this name too. It may chances that there are some chances that in 1 month I'll ask what is the name of the Nelson Mandela's daughter. Okay, Nelson Mandela's daughter is known as was Nelson Mandela's daughter name was Zenani. Okay, on the podium, Mr. De Klerk was first shown. He was second deputy president. Okay, and Mr. De Klerk took oath for the second deputy president. Okay, you know what? Who is the president? Is the most powerful person of a particular country. Okay, in our country, Ramnath Kovind is the president now. Okay, and he is the most powerful personality of India. Okay, no one has the dare to touch that personality. Okay, if you want to die, then yes. On that lovely day, Zenana also joined Nelson Mandela, and Mr. De Klerk took oath for the second deputy president. Now, okay. Here on this page, it's written the detail about the. We have at last achieved our political emancipation, means our freedom. Okay, we pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. Okay, means second, just the deputy president explained in speech and stated in speech. Okay, proceeded that he has took out the important points such like discrimination, poverty, deprivation. Deprivation I have explained earlier in the meaning section. That deprivation means what? Deprivation means that state where someone's right has not been benefited, and benefits for someone is not provided for them. Okay, so this was the problem that the African peoples were facing. So this new government will change the entire system in Africa. Okay, they will bring a new system with lots of the enjoyment and in sake of freedom. Okay, Now, never and never, never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one another. The sun shall never set on its glorious and human being achievement. Let freedom reign, God bless us. Okay, it was a speech that given by Deputy President. Okay, it was a very nice and a beneficial speech. Now, a few moments later, we shall lift it our eyes in a way of spectacular array of South African jets, helicopters, and troops carry a road in a perfect formation over the Union buildings. Okay, you know now on 15th of August and 26th of January, okay, there is a parade of means on air and on land also. Okay, so it was after the speech was presented by Mr. De Klerk. A flow of armies and helicopters and jets flew above the Union building, and it was like the thrust of new freedom, the beginning of the thrust of new freedom, and a tight smack down to the Britishers. Okay, this was the situation that shows that yes, now we have achieved freedom from Britishers. Now we are going to change our country. Only moments before the highest general of South African Defence Force and Police, their chests, barebacked and ribbons and medals on days gone by, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. I was not unmindful of the fact that not so many years before they would not have saluted me but arrested me. Okay, and this was the moment when the Nelson Mandela stand and was on the way, and all the deputy, the officers and the police inspectors and the army and the defense, okay, always stand and used to salute Nelson Mandela. And the situation was like earlier that officers, police inspectors have arrested Nelson Mandela, and this is the moment where they are saluting Nelson Mandela. Okay, so the one position can change your place value from 0 to hero. Okay, your action, your decision making can change your anything. Okay, so he also stated, this is also present in this point. There was a time, once upon a time, there was the people, the public, the police used to arrest me, and now this is the moment that he used to salute me and says that yes, you are our new president. You will change our country and will obey your all rules and regulations. We will follow your rules and regulations. Okay. Now, finally, a chevron of a shape of impala jets there a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue, and gold of the South Africa flag. Okay. Now, finally, when all the jets flew above that vertical building, okay, find a last jet which had it blown smoke of different colors, that the flag of South African colors, the colors that contain a South African flag. Okay, it was like black, green, blue, and gold. Okay, and that flag, that smoke created a national flag in the sky, and it was the most precious and a beautiful moment for everyone who belongs to Africa, but for every African. It was like his flag is in the sky, floating in the sky. Okay. On the day of the inauguration, I was overwhelmed with a sense of history and the first decade of the 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War and before my own birth. The white-skinned peoples of South Africa patched up their difference and naked system of racial domination against the dark-skinned peoples of their own land. Okay? Now, he said that there was a time that the people who belongs to African, but they were white, okay? They used to look beautiful, not beautiful, they were just white. There is no such words can be, there is no metaphor or simile between white and beautiful. There is no simile, exactly. You are white, okay, it doesn't mean you are beautiful, and you are black, it doesn't mean you are ugly. It's just like a contrast of colors. That's it. It's nothing. So you know what? If some person is a black, is what she is or he is not beautiful. He is beautiful from his and her heart. Okay. The beautiness lies not in the face. It should be in the heart. Okay. So from now onwards, if some of your friends or any person or any colleague seems to black and dull face, it doesn't mean that he is a black. Okay. It's just a face. It's a contrast color. Okay. That was the. But it's like just assume it's a hairstyle. Okay, yeah, in our culture, in our in India, Shri Krishna Bhagwan is also black. But what word we are using? It's a Shyam, and it's the person who expressed a love. Who is it has 100 wives. He has 100 wives. So what? He's not beautiful. No. It's not like that. It's just the contrast of color. Okay? So never say that you are black or you are white. You are beautiful. Each and every person is beautiful because it's a creation of God. You are just directly challenging, judging the creation of God that yes, you have made it black and you have made it white. So now this was the moment that the African country, where the peoples, okay, the white peoples which were belonging to Africa, okay, and they used to discriminate with the black peoples. They used to say that these are the black do not belong to stay here. They are like slave for us. Okay, we will use for our purpose. Okay, so this was the situation in the Africa. Yes, different countries have their own type of different kind of problem. In India, it was not like white and black because mostly people still have a normal face. But in Africa, because of the humidity and the location of Africa is also near the equator. So because of that, there is the darkness and the heatness in that land, and because of that only they are black. So this was the reason, and because of that they were facing many problems. Okay, the structure they created formed the basis of one of the harshest, most inhuman societies that the world has ever known. Now, in this last decade of 20th century and my own 8th decade as a man, the system had been changed. Over time, forever replaced by one that recognizes the rights and freedom of all peoples, regardless the color of their skin. Okay, so here Nelson Mandela states that that moment has created a different kind of thinking, a thought of a different level. Okay, you are black, I am white, you are not allowed, I am allowed. This is what they were doing, the people of that time. Okay. But Nelson Mandela in the end of the 20th century, the situation was totally overturned. That thought was overlapped by the new thought, new thinking that all peoples are same. Okay, instead of judging their skin, okay, you should judge by their work, their activity, their mentality, instead of judging their skin. Okay, this was a new thought. The uprising of new thought was okay. Also, that day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifice of thousands of my people. Okay, of thousands of my people whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. Never be counted or repaid. I felt that day, as I have on so many other days, that was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. Okay, the day, it was like sorrowful scenario for Nelson Mandela because what he achieved, it was a different thing, but the people who were behind him to make that achievement for him, and they have done lots of sacrifice. Okay, Nelson Mandela's lots of people were died for this during this movement for this freedom. Okay, so he in the grief, in the sad way, he explained that whatever I achieved is not what I achieved. It was achieved by my country. Okay, the people who belongs to me, the people who fight for me, okay, and had been sacrificed for our country. The achievement is for them. Okay. That long and noble line ended and now began again with me. I was pained that I was not able to thank them and they were not able to see what their sacrifice had achieved. Means, yes, their achievement, but I'm very sorry and I'm very painful that I'm not able to thank you today. Okay, thanks here, because of you I'm here. Okay? Because of you I'm here. So means, and they were not present at them because they were not available, they were died, they were not present at them to see the achievements, to change the society. Okay, class, here this portion of this paragraph is over. Now we will discuss this chapter, will continue in the next lecture. Thank you. I think some we still have 2-3 minutes for this lecture, so we'll continue. Okay. We were on the achievement that Nelson Mandela has achieved because of the men that followed Nelson Mandela and fight for the freedom. But that all the people who fought for Nelson Mandela were not available in this country. They were died. Okay, I'm sorry. They were died and they sacrificed themselves. Okay. Now the policy of apartheid created deep and lasting bond in my country and my people. All of us will spend many years, if not a generation, recovering from that profound hurt. Okay, but the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect, and that was that it produced the Oliver Tambos. Okay, so means not only me, the African people, the Africans who belongs the motherland of Africa, they will take approximately a year to recover from this profoundly scenario. Okay, very bad scenario. The loss of our country cannot be reversed. Okay, it can be just for this loss we have only a drop of tears to fall and weep for our heart. That's it. We don't have enough thing for this. Okay. Now this was like the Tempos, the Walter Cecilius, the Chief Lithinus, and many more. Okay. Courage, wisdom, and generosity that their like may never be gained again. Okay. Perhaps it requires such a depth of operation to create such a high end character. Okay. My country is rich in the minerals and gems that lie beneath its soil, but I have always known that its greatest wealth is to its people, finer and true than the purest diamonds. Nelson Mandela here explained that I know that I have lots of minerals, gems, and many more things. Okay, in this soil, it's deep in this soil, and the point is not that. The point is the most valuable thing, more than a diamond, is my people, who now we are going to enjoy the freedom. Okay, instead of deprivation, they have their own trust, they have their belief, and many more things. Okay, class. Now this is the moment where the Nelson Mandela says that it is from these comrades, okay, in the struggle, okay, that I earned the meaning of the courage. Time and again, I have seen men and women risk and give their lives for an idea. I have seen men stand up, attack and torture without breaking, showing the strength and resilience. Okay? Resilience means the ability to deal with any pressure. Here, Nelson Mandela explains that in this scenario, okay, in this situation, many people were died for a change, for a new idea. Okay, they were tortured. They were killed at some point of extent. They were killed. They were tortured. Okay, that why they were tortured? Because the change in their system was there. Okay, now class, actually this lecture is over. Now in the next lecture we will continue this chapter and the grammar and